top focus. We have all heard the term speed thrills, but kills. And now that need for thrills stands to cost you, quite literally. The Karnataka police is telling reckless drivers in Karnataka, beware. The state government is mulling to bring in a proposal to cancel licenses of those driving rashly on the Bengaluru-Mysuru expressway. This on the very same day, an overspeeding lorry lost control and barged onto the other side of the road. The state traffic top cop said that reckless drivers are a threat to other road users and that the traffic department is recommending cancellation of license of such drivers. Remember, last month, the state government had decided to conduct a safety audit on the Mysuru-Bengaluru highway after the expressway witnessed over 500 accidents in the span of 5 months. 100 people have already lost their lives on the highway this year. Toya Jakshi, my colleague, joins me on the broadcast for more inputs on this top story. Toya, very good evening. As far as this development is concerned, as you give us the details about that, give us a sense of understanding as to how citizens in Bengaluru are also reacting to this.
Well, Nivedhana, that's absolutely. There was an incident that happened today on the Mysore-Bangalore, the express highway, where a huge lorry, a huge truck who just crossed from one side of the road to another side, and good that there were no casualties. And also after this, the Karnataka's ADGP Alok Kumar has also tweeted saying that they will be implementing on the cancellation of the license of for the drivers whoever is having a rash driving. So we also have a few citizens over here. So please tell us now. There's a new rule that will be implementing in Karnataka, where the ADGP Alok Kumar has also tweeted saying that whoever is having a rash driving, they will be cancelling their license. So how do you take this move?
That's a good move. The license should be cancelled, because what happens now, these people who are doing that rash driving and all, they are not only harming themselves, but they can harm someone else also, and that person will have so many people around him. So it's not impact on one life, but it's an impact on too many lives. So I feel, yes, the license should be cancelled.
What would you say on this move?
I think it is a good move, but again, there is a point in that where they have to take a stringent action against the driver, and there should be a proper investigation on which how the incident has happened, and if the casualties have happened, and they have to take a measurement on that too. There are a lot of parameters which is covered in that. A proper CCTV footage and a proper investigation has to be done. They cannot take a decision all of a sudden and cancel the license of a driver.
So, well, like this, Nivedhana, each one of them have their own opinion on this rule that they will be implementing on the cancellation of the license. Where also this Mysore to Bangalore express highway, which was inaugurated a few months back, even after it's just few months it's been inaugurated, and there are so many incidents that has happened in this Mysore to Bangalore express highway. And now you can see that today also there was an incident that happened where a truck which suddenly, from one side of the road to another side of the road, it just crossed, and good that there were no vehicles that were passing, so there were no casualties. So like this, the Karnataka's ADGP has come up with a new rule. So we'll have to wait and watch how well it's going to be implemented in the state of Karnataka. Over to you.
Right, Toya. Thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast on that top story and getting us all those details, and most importantly, all those voices as well as far as this development is concerned. As we leave it at that, we also, of course, continue the conversation further. In fact, we have Pradip Sarkar, road safety expert, joining me here on the broadcast. Pradip, thank you very much for taking the time out and speaking to us here on Mirror. Now, of course, you heard some of those reactions coming in from Bengaluru as well as far as this development is concerned. But in your opinion, is it an exemplary step? And how do you view this? Do you think other states also must be following this roadmap?
Yeah, you are absolutely right. I think that this is the step to go forward. If we do not take that kind of stringent measures right now, I think that we will not be able to control the ever-increasing road accidents. I can tell you that, in fact, Indian Road Congress, under my leadership, we have recently developed a manual for high-speed violation, violation detection systems. And this manual is going to be a guiding force for all the practice engineers to actually install and make sure that it is properly functioning. So we have been doing a lot of work. I am extremely happy. After a long time, the government of India, government of Karnataka has taken step. Otherwise, we always say that we need to bring down the accident, but until this strong enforcement measures are needed, we will not be able to control. This is my personal view, which is absolutely a good step to move forward.
Right, Pradeep, as you point that out, what are the other solutions to counter this menace? We do know that the Gujarat High Court was also talking about one such incident that we saw where, they were talking about putting spikes on the road. Of course, that was in a different context, but ultimately it is about road safety as well. What else can one do to counter the menace of such incidents?
You see, there are a number of steps. The question is that where the steps are being applied. There are many places when a highway is passing through a settlement, any settlement, it's a rural settlement or urban settlements. Generally, we prefer to ensure that traffic calming measures should be made in a manner so that as soon as the traffic gets into the settlement, that particularly settlement area, he has to decrease the speed. And we have seen particularly this kind of traffic calming measures is very, very fruitful. And when you look at particularly USA and other European countries also. So apart from the this speed violation detection systems, as you had, that is leading to the cancellation of driving license, I think there are a number of measures, and also I feel the road safety auditor also plays an important role, so as to ensure that the roads are properly designed, and also as a part of that, sometimes traffic signages and the road marking are not properly put forward and placed in the roads. Therefore, that also causes confusion. So there should be a model of exhibiting how a good roads has to be designed, and coupled with the various traffic calming measures along with the speed violation detection system that need to come as a integral part of the road safety systems.
Right, Pradeep. In fact, that's a very interesting point that you make, because what we're also picking up is that G. Parmeshwara, the Karnataka Home Minister, speaking about this, has said that the expressway lacks proper curves and signboards for speeding vehicles, and they intend to install new signboards across the road. In fact, the reason why it's important to talk about this is the number of deaths that have also been reported just in the span of 5 months. So obviously, such solutions might help in bringing such incidents down.
I think that I am very confident that that inclusive bring this kind of traffic enforcement measures with the speed violation detection system obviously is going to bring down, and obviously we need to look into also in case somebody is repeated offenders, he has not been license has not been suspended. So ultimately there should be some criteria on which you can take strong step that now the time has come without giving any kind of sympathetic consideration, your license to be revoked. I know practically in Japan that there is a point system. Canada also there is a point system, because if you violate some traffic rules, according the points are deducted from the driving license, what you call evaluation process. In case in Japan, they say that if happens to see that 6 points you have already crossed as a part of your driving habit where traffic violation is observed. So therefore, that is a warning sign that you immediately will be told that your driving license is being suspended. And when you go to the 15-point what you call marking system, then that is the time your driving license is totally what you call revoked and cancelled.
Right,
And
Pradeep. Thank you very much, in
many...
fact, joining us on the broadcast and helping us. Right, please go ahead. Please go
No,
ahead.
what I mean to say, this is not only in Japan. There are many situations also. They have the European countries and many developed countries have been taking a lot of initiative. Let me tell you a small point. Otherwise, I think that we will not be able to justify the action being taken in Australia, particularly in Europe also, particularly in Australia. if you need to get a driving license, it's not so easy like in India. So you have to go through different process. First you have to get the driving learner's license. Then you need to get the intermediate driving license. Then finally, after 2 years or 3 years, then you are eligible for getting the driving license. So therefore, when you go through the process, you are actually quite clear what is to be done and what not to be done while you're driving the roads. I think that situation we have to take some examples from these countries, and accordingly we have to frame our driving
Right.
rules in order to get the driving license. That's my personal view.
Right, and that right, and of course, this would be an exemplary step. Of course, this is the first step, and like you said, reference points as well will always be helpful in terms of such solutions. But for the moment, Pradeep, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast and giving us your perspective as far as this development from Karnataka is concerned. We leave it at that, but we continue to track stories from the south. In fact,